Broadcasting statewide on the Golf Club Network, it's the Golf Club Radio Show with Danielle Tucker.
You're in the clubhouse, and welcome to this first weekend, the first Saturday in November. Speaking of playing, let's get with Craig Foster. Craig, welcome to the show.
Hi, Danielle. Thanks very much for having me back.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
Congratulations on your Sweet 16 anniversary. That's great.
Yes, absolutely. It is fun. Craig Foster is the founder of DynAlign. It's a pre-shot alignment technique that will help not just squaring up your club face for putting, but for chipping and for the full shot. And I think about that a lot, you know. When I'm getting ready for the shot and looking at my target and aligning my body, you know, you're always supposed to stand behind the ball and then figure out, don't stand sideways to the ball and then try to figure out your target. You stand behind the ball and then you approach. Now comes the holding of the club.
Yes.
Yes.
Things start getting complicated for people. But, you know, the thing about my system, DynAlign, is that it's dynamic preparation for dynamic motion. You know, what you see on all the tours now when people are putting is their pre-shot alignment is mostly static. You know, they put the club down behind the ball and then carefully grab it, and then they're going to put it in motion, but they're putting it in dynamic motion from a static position, and just mechanically that is it's kind of problematic. You know, with my system, we're using some dynamic motion before the stroke so that you can get the body prepared to make a stroke.
Okay, this is kind of like people say, you know, I can work with a ball that's in motion, but I have a real hard time hitting the ball that's just sitting there.
Oh, it should be, yeah. So it should be much, much easier. But that's why we want to get the body and the club prepared for motion to hit this little ball. You know,
right.
The issue, one of the big issues with static alignment that you see on prevalent today is that during the stroke, the player, if they're doing it that way, they have to do two things at once during the stroke. They have to try to keep the blade square to their line. That's one thing. And then the second thing is they have to deliver the proper distance. So, you know, the mind can only do one thing at a time, and you know how it's real common when sometimes you're putting, you get the line right, but you leave it way short, or you get the right distance, but you're off the line.
Right.
So with my system, since we're preparing the club face to be on a real stable track, we can trust our alignment. Once we've done the dynamic pre-shot motion and made our final alignment, then we can kind of forget about that alignment and trust it, and then focus on the distance control, which is actually more important than the alignment.
There you go.
And, you know, feel like, and I like to use the rolling the ball technique. You know, that's the motion. Everybody's done that all their life. You're throwing balls to a target. You're playing catch or something. So all that sensation is in your dominant hand, and so we want to tap into that and use that, which is opposite to the common wisdom now, where everybody wants to take your hands out of the stroke. You know, to me, that makes as much sense as taking the GPS out of your smartphone.
So, out of your rangefinder.
Yeah, you know, sure. So.
Now, you can see videos that Craig Foster has made to illustrate at secretinthedirt.com. Secretinthedirt.com is one place to go. You also have your own website, right? That's Steve Elkington's website. Craig, do you have another website you'd like me to refer?
Yes, I have a DynAlignGolf.com.
DYN.
DynAlign.com.
There you go.
DynAlignGolf.com. So, but I'm on Elkington's site, on Secret in the Dirt, there are over 1,200 free videos now in the video vault, and I've got a lot of videos. I've got, I don't know, probably 40 free videos in there, And then I also have a private group on Elkington's site called Dynamic Pre-Shot Alignment, and within Secret in the Dirt. So if you go and join, it's free to join my group, and then you can have one-on-one discussions with me and exchange videos. And, you know, I have people from all over the world. I have, you know, Finland. I was the other day with a fellow in Buenos Aires, you know, so it's really fun for me.
Yeah, you were at the Champions Tour, like right now this weekend, the Charles Schwab Cup champion will be crowned, Bernard Langer. Yeah. He's got to win, period, to get the Charles Schwab Cup. It's a year-long point system. And Kenny Perry has to finish above, he has to finish below fifth. So if Kenny Perry goes below 5 and Bernard Langer wins, then Bernard Langer gets the cup. So Bernard's, he's doing okay. Perry's definitely doing his part. He's below 5th. But Freddie Couples is playing spoiler, isn't he?
Yes.
He's
good old Freddie.
Yes.
You know, coming out from out of nowhere, here he comes.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody loves it when Fred plays well.
But you were at the Pebble Beach Harvest Valley First Tee Open. Did you have fun there?
Oh my gosh, Pebble Beach! It was just phenomenal weather for one thing, and and then the golf course. And you know, the first time I'd seen the golf course other than television, and it is a difficult golf course when you know, those greens are small and lots of slope, and when they speed the greens up, it's devilish. And then, and you were on Champions Tour. How about Champions Tour? You were out on Champions Tour some. Isn't it fun?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I was an honorary observer. It's absolutely fabulous. If you ever get a chance to be an honorary observer, do it, because, your name is going to be announced with the guys that you're walking with, but you get to be inside the ropes. You're walking with the players, and it's an amazing experience. And they talk to you.
And all the legends that everywhere you turn, you're seeing a famous player.
Yeah.
And it's relaxed out there. They're having fun. So it's a great. People really should go out and watch the Champions Tour if they get a chance, because it's just a great show with great players. And I was also on Golf Channel when we were at Pebble Beach. I was there with a new product called Laser Putter. This is LAZER putter, and this is a new product. And we filmed a piece that was on Golf Channel on the Champions Tour Learning Center last week. This is a putter with a laser alignment system inside the shaft.
Is that legal?
It's for practice aid. Yeah. No, this is not Caddyshack. So, but the players were just going nuts over this thing. We've got a number of tour players. I'm building these putters for the owner of the company, and there are John Backman is his name, and we have a number of players. Peter Jacobson was the featured. He's working with us on this project, and he was featured in this piece we did on Champions Tour Learning Center on Golf Channel.
This is Laser, LAZER putter?
Yes, Laser. It's a trade name. It's a intentional spelling that way. So,
right.
And it's laserputter.com. You can get on there and see what it's about. Very exciting project, but I've never seen a product generate so much interest. We had it up at the Boeing Classic, and that's where Jay Ratzovich from Golf Channel producers saw it and then said, hey, let's come on down to Pebble Beach and we'll do a shoot with this. And it was fabulous. You know, Peter Jacobson came out to demonstrate this. There's no script or anything, so we just turned the camera on, and Peter sunk the first 5 putts that he made, you know, with the laser putter, and so it's really an exciting product.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I just want to know more about it. But you know what else? When we were talking a little, or you were writing to me a little bit about, what is that? When I thought Steve Elkington had like a show he was doing someplace. So
the big show.
The big show. Is it? Did he really buy his? I guess this is like one of those really souped up. Mobile home. It's
mobile home doesn't really describe it. This was originally it was owned by Will Smith.
The Will Smith. The Will Smith?
The Will Smith.
Okay.
And so Elk bought it and then redid it. And I think it's 1,200 square feet. It's 2 stories. It has East Coast, West Coast feed on the satellite TV. It's his home away from home, and so that's where he stays on tour. He doesn't ride in it between events, but he stays there on tour. And then he entertains, and we had great parties in there with Rocco. Rocco's my new friend. Rocco, what a great guy he is.
Rocco Mediate, yes.
Oh my gosh, Rocco's he's tremendous. You gotta love Rocco. And we had a good discussion about DynAlign too with Rocco, and
does he really have a roadie, a rock star roadie
Absolutely.
who drives it from event to event?
Craig Stevens is his driver, and Craig's been on the road with just about every rock band you can name, and so it's really the complete package,
This is awesome.
And so I'll tell you, Elk's playing in the Charles Schwab Cup. He qualified for the top 30, so he's playing there today. And he might not have. He's had 5 top 10s this year. But I'll tell you, no one has had a better time on the Champions Tour than Steve Elkington. No one.
He's got to be bummed coming to Hawaii because he can't bring the big show with him.
Well, I doubt he had some hotel withdrawal symptoms there in Hawaii. But,
this is a good one.
He loves Hawaii.
Yeah. So we're talking with Craig Foster, DynAlign.com, DynAlign.com. Had a really good talk with Steve Utley on the putting green at Pebble Beach. And
Stan Utley, the putting legend, yes.
Yes, about DynAlign and about the technique that you can find out everything about. SecretInTheDirt.com is another one. Now, at SecretInTheDirt.com, you can actually sign in without paying anything. You can have a conversation with Craig Foster. He's fascinating because what he took like the skeleton of an arm and got Steve Elkington, showed him what the skeletal, because I started this by saying you're about bones. Craig.
Yeah, right. Well, they're in there. But, this is DynAlign is in perfect position when the anchoring ban comes in 2016. People are going to have to adapt, and Bernard is one of them, to a different putting style. And DynAlign is your answer. DynAlign will essentially make your lead arm a long putter that is anchored to your shoulder. So it's got a lot of potential.
There's your anchor.
There's your anchor right there. You don't need to buy one. You got one.
You got one. Find out more from Craig Foster at DynAlign.com or at SecretInTheDirt.com. It's great. Craig Foster, it's great talking with you. Thanks for being on the show.
Aloha, Danielle.
Aloha.